Hi everyone. I'm going to take a look at today, we're in Mod 2. This is a lot easier than week 1. Week 1 I'm sure was very difficult for you because of the 3 exercises and then the 4th one in SPSS, which you were trying to learn as well. This week you only have 1 exercise that deals with just the research report and 1 exercise with SPSS. So hopefully this will help tremendously in terms of budgeting your time. But again, make sure you budget enough time to answer the questions and do a good job. I hope that you were able to, by the time you hear this video, that you've gotten your feedback from the first module and you've looked at some of my comments and noted where the answers, where you could improve, what you've done correctly, where you can improve, those kinds of things. If you have questions and need further explanation, please don't hesitate to contact me and we can talk about it in more detail so that the following mods you will be able to do very successfully. Again, I remind you about the difference between statistical significance and clinical significance, and make sure that you give your answers. Go back to the notes on the first set of exercises and how to do that. So now we come to exercise number 10. Now exercise number 10, again, all of the answers, unless it's an opinion or it asks you for something to do outside research, is going to be found in the introduction, the relevant study results, or the tables. So let's take a look at the first one. It says, what demographic variables were measured at the nominal level of measurement? Well, if you don't know what nominal level of measurement is, that's going to be a problem. So what I'd like to take a look at is and I've suggested in a couple places that you go back to exercise 1 in the textbook, because that was one of the readings from week 1, which you may or may not have had time to get to. But this is where they talk about measuring nominal, ordinal, and interval ratio data. Basically what you have is nominal data is data which is just characteristics. All they have is what is it, and that's it. Includes categories and nothing else. If those categories have some kind of order to them, some kind of relevance where one is less than the other, and it's a natural order, then we say that the data is a level of, it can be measured at an ordinal level. If the interval and ratio we're going to sort of lump together. If they're numerical and you can do calculations with them, like finding a mean and median, mode, not just the mode, but the mean and median, then and in particular the mean and standard deviation, you can actually do mathematical calculations with them. You can find the difference between the two mathematically, a numerical value. Then we say that they're interval ratio. So I'm looking for nominal data, which is just characteristics. If that's the case, then I'm going to go to the data, and here's the table from exercise 10. Remember, answers will come out of all these different places. But in exercise 10, it gives you the baseline characteristics of various treatment and control groups. So the numbers here are the mean, or the numerical average, and then the standard deviation. Over here is the test statistic is given. Now, if I'm looking for, the question says, what statistics are calculated to describe, what demographic variables were measured at nominal level? So I'm looking down through here, all these different characteristics. Which ones are just characteristics? Which ones can only be counted? They can't be measured. There's no difference between two values. Okay, we can't find a mean. Now, also, we have to make sure that we eliminate ordinal type values. Ordinal are characteristics that have a particular order to them, where we can specifically distinguish between whether one is less than or another, or is higher ranked than another. So look through this list and decide which ones are ordinal. They should jump out at you if you stay with the definition. Okay? So as we go through these, let me get this back out of the way here. Okay, and bring this one back in to my frame. Okay? So that's the kind of thing. So you're going to list them. Okay, and if you're unsure, go back to exercise 1 and read that definition again. Number 2, the question is what statistics, not units of measure, but what statistics are calculated. So what are the statistics that are described in the table? Okay, now we're not looking for units of measure. Units of measure would be inches or feet or pounds or something like that. We're not looking for that. We're looking for statistics. Statistics are things that take data and combine it in such a way that we can describe the group with a single number, such as a mean or a median or a standard deviation. Those are considered statistics, T statistics, things like that. Okay. Number 3, were the distributions of scores similar for intervention and controls? And it asks you to provide a rationale for your answer. So you're going to want to look at the distribution of scores. So distribution has to do with measures of variability. So go back up to the top of this page and take a look at what we mean by variability and what statistics are used. Then go to your table and look at the statistics, look at the exercise and look at the statistics and compare the intervention and the control group for those particular ones. Okay? Number 4, again, you're going to want to state a p-value, and you're going to want to tell whether it is less than or equal to or greater than the alpha, which is 0.05, and then is it statistically significant. Okay? This one, based on the sample size and what frequency is the sample smoked, those are you're going to want to show your work. In other words, tell how many people smoked and what was the total group, and then do the calculations to get the percentage. Okay? And that's how you're going to go through this. This one shouldn't take you as long as the 3 exercises from week 1. Again, if you need further clarification on any of these questions, please don't hesitate to post to your individual forum or contact me directly. Good luck this week. I look forward to reading your assignments.